Thank you very much for those kind words, and it's a great honor to be here to felicitate all the winners, and I also think all the nominees. So my compliments to all the winners, all the nominees, because we all know that the financial services space is highly competitive, and there are a lot of very good companies out there. So to compete in that for excellence, for this award, uh, to be in that race itself is a huge achievement for all the people out here. So compliments to you. And while we are talking about CSR, uh, and we all, as you know, part of our corporate responsibility as well as from the heart, we all try to do whatever we can. But I also believe that one of the biggest CSR activity in the world is to create jobs. Because I think creating jobs itself has such huge impact that even the other charitable or philanthropic activities that you do, creating jobs has as large, if not even a more stronger impact on the economy. And I think the banking and financial services industry, the BFSI, is one of the leading creators of jobs, and I think will continue to be as we go along. And all of us should also celebrate that, because like for example, we have now almost 8,000 employees in Edelweiss, and we all talk about profits and market cap and all that, but I do feel that one of the things that we should feel proud, we do feel proud, is we have 8,000 people who are directly employed in Edelweiss. We have another 10,000 people who are indirectly employed through housekeeping services and others. So it should feel good that since a company called Edelweiss exists, there are about 18,000 people who are able to earn a good, a good salary, a good living, and through those 18,000 people, maybe another 30, 40,000 people who are part of the family are, able to have a good quality of life. And that is what we need to celebrate. I've been a strong proponent of the fact that the banking and financial services industry is as big creator of job as maybe the IT industry or the BPO industry, because I have seen, since we started Edelweiss, I have seen the growth of this entire sector and the jobs that have got created since we opened up the banking sector to the private banks, the amount of jobs that got created the moment we opened up the insurance sector. Now we are opening up the pension area. We are getting small banks, we are getting payment banks. Given all this, it is going to be the industry, one of the leading creators of jobs, and that is one of the key requirements for the country. So I would also want us to celebrate that. And I think as the economy keeps on growing, this industry will grow along with the industry. Our own experience has been that when we started Edelweiss 20 years ago, India was a $300 billion country from the GDP size point of view. For all the good and bad that has happened to India in terms of, the government, global financial crisis, all of that, the economy has consistently doubled itself every 7 to 8 years. And the 300 billion, which was in 1995, is now close to $2 trillion. We believe that by 2025, India will be a $5 trillion GDP country. In absolute terms, it's not in the purchasing power parity terms, will be a $5 trillion country. And it will, at that point, we will be the only the fourth country in the world which will have crossed $5 trillion. And after that also, I think every 8 or 9 years, India will double its GDP size. So the kind of growth that is available to India as a whole and to all of us in the banking and financial services space is huge. So here's, wishing all of us great growth ahead, creating a lot of jobs, creating a lot of stakeholder value as we go along. Again, thank you very much for this honor, and compliments to all the winners and the nominees for the evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much. May I have the privilege to ask you a question? You sound so positive and hopeful about the future. I'm sure as a visionary leader, you've taken the organization to where it is. What are the 3 major challenges that you envisage that which today's entrepreneurs, CEOs need to focus on for a more defined and a happier time?
I think all entrepreneurs or all companies have to focus on a few absolutely basic requirements. And I think the first one out of that is what I call human resources or people part of the, because increasingly whether you are a manufacturing company or a services company, people are the most important asset you have. I know it's a cliche, every company says that, but it is truly the fact, because if you can get that part of the equation right, almost every other part of the equation starts falling in place. If you have to raise capital, you need infrastructure, technology, strategy, whatever else you need starts only with people. So I would say getting the HR policies, ability to attract, retain very good people, highly motivated people, ability for them to work in a group is, I would think, one of the most important aspects. And it's not just in the services industry, I think it is now required in almost every other industry. As I've become more senior in the organization, the amount of time I've spent on people issues has only gone up. And I think increasingly as you become senior, you spend almost anywhere between half to two-thirds of your, to three-fourths of your time only on the people issue. The second in this world, especially in financial services, but I think everywhere, is risk management. Because I think risk is all around us. The world has got more complex. There is a huge amount of volatility all around us. So again, whether you are a garment exporter or an automobile manufacturer, you encounter a lot of risk. So that ability to manage risk is actually very important. And to really manage risk through anticipation, through constant scenario planning, to having a plan B, plan C, always ready, is also very, very important. And the third one is to ensure that you are a responsible citizen, because I think gone are the days where we all believed in the capitalist mindset that only thing we need to pursue is profits. And as long as you're making good enough profits, it is the only job for the company management. You have to only create shareholder value. I think the job has now become to create stakeholder value. Not just shareholders, but your employees, the government at large, the society at large, your customers and vendors and all of them. You need to have a 360-degree approach to creating value for everybody in a fairly balanced way. So hence becoming a responsible citizen rather than a pure blind pursuit of profit. We all have to make profits. If you don't make profits, you won't exist. But to make profits in a way that you are creating value for everybody else and not truly destroying value in any part of your stakeholder ecosystem.
Wow, thank you.